Welcome to Wildcat Behind the Page, where we take a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the comic book Wildcat, as well as the thoughts and ideas and beliefs and whatever's going on in my life. And I am your host, CP Smallwood. This is my creation, Wildcat, and I'm currently working on the first issue of Wildcat. For those of you that don't know, now what is Wildcat? What is he all about? Well, basically, he's a guy who roughly has been disturbed from his grave. He's been shot by some of his best friends. He's kind of a baddie, you know. He was shot, stabbed, murdered. Everything imaginable that can be done to try to kill a person was done to this guy right here, and he was buried and left there, assumed dead for 10 years until one night he is disturbed and from his grave, and he comes out, and a lot of mayhem ensues. Now, Wildcat, it's not his, name. It's basically kind of like his code name. So there's a lot of mysteries about this character. What's the deal with the rock arm, the tattoos on the face, the robotic eye? Why is he so strong? Why is his skin kind of like a grayish color? What's the deal with the golden claws? On and on and on it goes. There's all kinds of stuff. Why did his buddies, his so-called friends, why did they try to kill him and bury him, and all this other stuff? I mean, so there's the whole mystery about this. It's a sci-fi kind of gothic horror action drama type of series with some comedy thrown in there as well. So anyway, want to give everybody an update of what all's been going on, and so I'm trying something a little bit different with the video that I'm doing right now. I've had to relocate my studio to the kitchen where the washer and dryer is at and stuff like that. The reason is my son will not let me go into my office space no more. He has to go in there where I'm at, and so that's not going to work because he's a very rowdy personality right now. The best way I can compare him to would be like Animal from the Muppets. And yeah, so there you go. All right, this is some of the colors that I've completed so far in the book. Let's see. I don't know what colors Heavian's not seen here lately. Let's start with where's page 12? There's page 12. Let's open up page 11. Let you look at that. I hated this page, by the way. This is a disaster of a page. This color's showing up good. Can you see that? I think that's better. So here's the colors for this. I wasn't too fond of the actual art in this. I mean, there's things that I like, and there's things that I don't like. I don't know if you can see that good. Can you see that better? But it is what it is, right? Let's see here. Page 12. Here's page 12. A lot more happier with this page and the way the colors turned out. I thought this looks pretty cool. Now, again, I'm trying a slightly different format with this whole setup. Out of necessity mostly, just recording, with my phone, shooting the screen and stuff like that. And actually, like, I can't even get to my room right now because my son Cooper, he's asleep in the next room. So if I pass by that room, he's going to wake up, and then I'm not going to be able to finish this video because the tripod's in my office. So I've actually had to take a Gatorade bottle, cut it out with a knife, and then slide my phone down in it so I can have stability while filming. Sometimes you got to get a little bit of MacGyver in your life, So happy with the colors with here. We got Marty McFly getting ready to whip out the chain on Wildcat here, and he gets surprised, and chuck-a-boom, he gets shot in the face. This guy doesn't want no more of it because he's still standing. He just got shot in the face. But Marty McFly hasn't learned his lesson. He's, for some reason, he's one of these people that you don't call him chicken, and that's a mistake. He should have ran. Let's see, page 13. I think it was I'm not too fond of this page. Mainly because of the colors. I'm fine with this, and I'm fine with that. Now, the colors show up a little bit better when it's not, being filmed. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I wanted to do a color scheme right here that was similar to darker colors that's already been established in prior panels and stuff like that, and pages, so that way that there's a bit of consistency. But the colors that I initially thought would be like red and orange and yellow and stuff like that to show a lot of energy and life. So I don't know if I made a mistake with going with these purples and blues. Then we got this down here going on. Let's see what else we got. Just going through them. Oh, okay. Here we go. Really happy with the way this turned out. I've actually colored this like several times, and you know, the reason that I've colored it several times is to get a gist of what it could look like. You know, a better sense of how to approach it. You know, I've done like a purple background behind the trees and stuff before and stuff like that. But I ended up going with, you know, just regular night sky type of looking background because I thought it really set the mood and it looked cool, you know. And I really feel like the colors came together in a nice way on this page, so I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Let's see what else we got here. This is page 15, and I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. There's probably a little bit more that I could do to it, you know, honestly. But I'm a happy camper as far as this stuff goes. And then let's see. Okay, well, that's all the new colors. All right. So let me get rid of this stuff here. All right. Here's the current colors that I'm working on now. This is page 16. And I'm using GIMP, which GIMP's this little free program. Here's the logo for it. There's GIMP. See them? Sometimes I use a lot of layers, and layers is basically imagine, you know, for those that don't know, that don't color anything, which I'm no color specialist myself. Imagine like clear, like plates of glass or some type of material. I can't think. Imagine plexiglass. Putting several layers of plexiglass over top of line art. So like, let me get rid of all these layers. So this is, you know, once you strip away all the white out and you just got the black of the line art, this is what it looks like. And then you put these layers of plexiglass over top of your art, and then you can color this over top of one layer, over top of another layer, until eventually, you know, you get something kind of cool happening, you know. So here's where I'm at on this. I can probably zoom in here and let you get a better view. I've been playing a lot. I spent a little bit of time on this page playing with the coloring effects, you know. Like right here with the headlights, I still need to add you know, more of a light beam thing. I could have just left it simply like, what's the word for it? You know, just doing flats. Now flats is basically, it's a borderline coloring book type of coloring style, where it's just like, you may have like 2 to 3 levels of colors at the most. Like for example, like right here on this one, here's the girl blowing out steam or just exhaling, you know, and she's got this shadow here. So this would be like a second layer of color or whatever. So anyway, going to add some light here in front of the truck and light in the back of the thing here, and some more on the tail lights here as well, and some more colors down here to differentiate stuff. So that's where I'm at. I'm shucks. Spoiler alert. Anyway, let me tell you about the news of the day. Okay, we're 9 minutes into this. This is my progress with Wildcat. Let me tell you about something else that's semi-related or very related. You know, when I first started working on Wildcat, I started around the time, a little bit before or right at the time, my son Cooper was born. And I'd done this challenge, the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. And the book that I was working on is this book right here, the book that I'm still working on. Now, let me say something. In my defense, okay, I'm coloring, I'm lettering, I'm inking, writing. I'm doing the whole shebang. And I think I would have been done now by now had it not been for all this stuff. And I think, also a lot of life stuff kind of gets in the way, and that's kind of hindered me in the past month and a half or more. But yeah, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, Wildcat came out of the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. That was, oh gosh, I can't think of his name. Where's he at? Where's this guy at? He's on here somewhere. The guy that drew this. Kevin Cross. Kevin Cross started the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. And, well, anyway, for 30 minutes every day, you're supposed to work on your comic. And, it doesn't necessarily have to be drawing. It could be writing, inking, lettering, coloring, just whatever. You're just working on your book for like 30 minutes a day for 100 consecutive days in a row. And you film it and all this other stuff and blah, 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 blah. And you upload it to YouTube. And the idea is that, your peers can hold you accountable and like, hey, have you drawn today? Have you been investing the 30 minutes per day? And the reason that Kevin Cross started it, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, is like basically he actually is an artist that is making a living off of doing graphic design and comics and art and stuff like that. But he found himself spending most of his time drawing stuff for other people and doing work for other people. And he's not really particularly too passionate about these projects for other people. And like the thing that he was passionate about, he wasn't really investing time in. So he decided that he needed to invest time into himself and to his own personal projects because they're just as valuable as the people that he was doing jobs for. So that's where the 100 Days of Making Comics thing got started, and then other people thought it was such a cool concept, they did it as well, and it's kind of blew up into this thing. Okay. And so by the time I hopped on board, it had been already well established for a couple of years. Maybe more than a couple. I don't know. So anyway, fast forward. I'm midway or maybe near getting finished with making my Wildcat comic. And this thing right here pops up. This is the 100s, which is short for 100 Days of Making Comics. The 100s presents Life in Space. So what this is an anthology. It's a big graphic novel type comic book thing where basically you got all these different creators that come together and they do stories that has the theme of life in space. Okay, and if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Like basically, everybody had free reign to do whatever they wanted to do within a certain limit of how many pages and stuff like that. And I think it was in black and white and stuff. But 100 days, 20 creators, 14 stories, 10 pinups, totally rad, and done by Kickstarter. So not done by Kickstarter, it was put on Kickstarter. The crowdfunding website. So anyway, there's that, and I wanted to be part of that because I thought it was cool. I thought it would be something fun to do, and I didn't get to be part of it. I wasn't like rejected in a mean way or nothing like that. It's just I can't even remember how I got rejected. It might have been just where people didn't have time to talk to me, or I can't remember what it was. But it wasn't bad. I'm making it sound awful than what it is. So let's fast forward to today and why this is relevant. Okay. Let's see here. So basically, Michael here, one of the head people of the 100 Days of Making Comics, um, announced that they was going to do another anthology, and this anthology, the theme is going to be werewolves and unicorns. This is awesome. This is the coolest thing ever. Werewolves and, and unicorns. And I got excited about it, as an opportunity to maybe see if I could get in again, attempt to get in, because I didn't get to get in the first anthology. So I made it known that I was interested, okay? And also many, many, many other people did as well. And then I got tagged in this post. And it says, hey, y'all, if you're tagged in this post, that means some way, somehow, you let us know you want to be part of the anthology number 2. So here's an update. We've got almost 50 creators who want to be in this book. That's more than twice the total number who wanted to be in the first book. That is crazy. So right now, we don't need anything more from anyone. No treatments, no concepts, nothing but your enthusiasm at this point. We've had a minor delay in the planning stage, but we're sorting that out now, and we should be up and running again very soon. So hang tight. We'll keep you posted as soon as we know what the final verdict is on how we're going to proceed and who's getting into the book and what the next step will be. Thanks for your patience, everyone. So right here is a big list of people that had made it known that they were interested. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at this guy. That's me. That's CB Smallwood right there. So like when I got tagged in it and I read this, I got excited because this to me was like being nominated for something. You know what I mean? Like nominated for an Academy Award or whatever. I don't want to make it seem more grander than what it is, and I don't want to diminish it by saying that either. But what I am saying is that I was excited because it's sort of like you're being recognized for your efforts by your peers. I mean, a lot of these people, no, I shouldn't say a lot. All of these people are my peers. These are people that put a lot of time and effort into making comics, trying to make comics, trying to better themselves as artists and all that other stuff. And, and to have my name amongst their names, means something to me, So I feel like even though it's not how it was intended or meant to be intended, it did feel like, like I got nominated to be in the Werewolves and Unicorns. Even though nobody nominated me, I nominated myself. But it was cool, So by being tagged in it, it was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I appreciate that, And also, when I made it known that I wanted to try this, when I wanted to do it, I put in a caveat. I don't think that's the right word, but I let it known. I put a disclaimer in there that if I didn't get picked or something like that, it's cool. It's no hard feelings because I don't own the 100s and nobody owes me nothing. That sort of thing. It's just it'd just be nice to do. So fast forward to last night. All right, and here we go. I read this slowly because I got tagged again. Okay, and this is the big update. This says yesterday at 10 p.m., but I think around Michael's time it was at 9 p.m. But I guess my time it's 10 p.m. So anyway, here's the big update. Anthology number 2 roster. So he's announcing the roster for the second anthology, 100's anthology, Unicorns and Werewolves. Okay, the moment of truth. Remember, we put a considerable amount of time into deciding how to determine who gets into the book. For the sake of transparency, here's the basic rundown of what's gone into choosing this lineup. All right, number 1. Have you completed the challenge? If you haven't done at least one complete run, flawless or not. So I like that flexibility. That was an automatic disqualification. Everyone in this book has to make a short, polished comic in 100 days. That task is going to take at least 30 minutes a day, so we want to be 100% sure that everyone on board has proven to be up to the task. So the way I read this is basically they want to make sure that you're going to be able to finish you're part of the anthology. You know, that's the way I took it. I like to read in between the lines a lot. I probably shouldn't do that, but number two, flawless, or did it take longer than 100 days? We have gave one additional point to those who finished flawlessly because not many can do that. That's true. It's a hard challenge to do, you know. However, well, I think the uploading video part is the hardest part of the challenge. You know, 30 minutes a day is extremely manageable. Anyway, however, we also didn't exclude or penalize anyone for taking longer either. It can be a tough challenge, and if you weathered the storm to the end, even took a little longer to do so, we respect that. Well, that's cool. I like that. That's really cool. I like how he ended that. We respect that. Awesome. Number three, did you finish any comic pages during the challenge, or have you finished any pages since the challenge? So I thought this is pretty interesting. You know, that this is a good point. You know, I think this is directed to anybody that may have done the challenge and just didn't do anything past the challenge. You know, we don't judge anyone based on style, skill level, content. All we care about is the ability to push through the BS of life and make comics. It can be tough, and we get that. If you're not there yet, don't take it personally. Take your time and keep at it. However, for the book, we have to know that everyone on board is comfortable and able to produce a finished comic. And these were the top three qualifying factors to narrow down the pool, but we considered a lot of more as well. Since this book is about celebrating the community, weight was given to factors such as, were you interested in book one but not able to participate? Are you an active member of the community? How long have you been in the group? When was your first challenge? How did you finish your challenge? How many times have you done the challenge? Have you stuck around after your own challenge, and more? Okay. Once all the administrators, Marshall Lee, Carrie Sherman, Gaz Gretzky, Noah Ox Bass or Bass? Is it Boss? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. And myself, which Mike was referring to himself, agreed on what should be considered. I, the book's editor, determined how to use that info. Get out of here, Nat. Determined how to use that info and created a point system based on objective data that Carrie scraped from the group's gosh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Interwebsticles. Somehow. I'm proud of myself for doing that. We also have several lengthy debates about what was ultimately the right or fair thing to do in some cases. Ultimately, I think we put 110% into making sure the whole endeavor was fair to everyone in the group, even the slackers. I'm looking at you, CB. Well, it says Mark, but joking, there is no Mark. Ha 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 ha. So without further ado, here's your Werewolves and Unicorns anthology book lineup. Okay, so I mean, I just want you to look at this just as I looked at it. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that. So we got the first few names. We got Scott, Peter, Marshall. Is that Johans? Jeff, Tim, Noah, Thomas, Karen, Teresa, Simon, Abe, Gaz. Now, I read this slowly. I scrolled down it slowly on my phone, as I was, reading all this stuff, right? Ben, Matthew, Marjorie. Is it Marjorie? I read these one at a time. Chris, Joshua, Dave, Scott, Kelsey, Pepper, Jake, Reed, Steph, Arp, Robert, Christopher, Jordan, and then I finally got to my name. My name was next to last at the bottom, right before Corey. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to make it on this list. And I read through it slowly for the suspense. I was hoping to get on this, to be part of this list, and at the same time, I didn't expect it, and sort of didn't expect it. You know, I didn't know what to expect, but I liked the anticipation of just going slowly down the list, and then finally got to my name, which was second to the last name on there. So anyway, 31 freaking creators and 3 secret pinch hitters for reasons we don't reveal yet. Shh, secrets. So I don't know what that means. Pinch hitters. Is that like some heavy hitters going to come in and contribute to the book? I don't know. That's interesting. That's a little more than a double than total number of people that wanted to be in the book last time. All right, so basically what's next is they're going to do a private group. Everybody be added to it, and there's going to be an intro video and a packet of all the information we need to know. I like that. That's you know, I like it when people's got their stuff together like that. That's pretty cool. Welcome to book 2. And for those who didn't make the cut, as long as you completed the 100 days challenge and finished a couple of pages within the next year or so, there's really a good chance you'll make it next time. And so there you go. Werewolves and Unicorns, second update. So I wanted to share that with you all, you know, that whole thing, you know, from the feeling of being nominated, which I wasn't nominated. I nominated myself, okay? And I shouldn't even use that word, but that's how it felt, right? Because when I got tagged in it, it felt good to be kind of, you know, recognized, whether deserved or not, by my peers as somebody that's, you know, amongst them. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I see this last night. I got tagged in this, and yeah, I'm there. Right there I am. It's the real deal. Okay? So that is pretty cool. So, that's pretty much all the updates that I got for you all today. So I'm going to be, you know, unless they kick me out, I'm going to be doing be part of the second anthology, which is going to be about unicorns and werewolves. And let's see, let me pull this down. And here's my character Wildcat. I'm going to get ready to end this video. I know that's an extra long video. I don't know if it's really worth your time to watch this whole big monster. I want to point out something else here. Let me pull this up. I don't know if I got to talk about this in a previous video. I tend to do a lot of videos and I delete them because I get into some real personal stuff, and then I second guess myself as to whether it's too much or if it's too gloomy or whatever. And sometimes there's a lot of good stuff that kind of gets lost when I delete videos. So I do not remember if I showed this or not, but Dave Hingley actually drew this, and this is his take on Wildcat, and I think this is awesome because it has such flair. It has such it's got all kinds of Ric Flair. It's got a lot of pizzazz in it. It's cool. I like it. And it's, you know, clearly Wildcat, and it has such personality to it. And the thing I like about it the most is he captured the spirit of the character. You know, it just has that vibe. You know, it has that Wildcat vibe. I can't explain what that is, but he saw it and he made it into this thing. And he was just kind of, you know, just goofing off, and he nailed it. Thanks, Dave. I really enjoyed this. I got it. I got your picture, your what do you call this, JPEG or whatever. I got this on my desktop. You know, I've done multiple videos where at some point where I've talked about this. Maybe it's in a prior video that actually made air instead of like getting deleted because, you know, I second guessed myself. But anyway, it's going to make it in this video for sure. Just want to say thank you for it, and this is awesome. I think this is really cool. I love it. I'll probably end up coloring it. You know, the only reason I haven't colored it is because I'm I'm getting behind on, you know, my work. You know, here lately I've managed to color like 3 or 4 pages in the past couple of days because I've moved my studio to the kitchen. So right now I'm recording on top of a washer, and also don't know if I have time to show this, but I got a sketchbook. This is I had this at work, and so I brought this home with me because it's just about full, and work's become a little unstable right now. as far as like having the time to be able to draw. So I just took it home since it's almost full. It's about 50% full, I should say that, because some pages I draw on the other side of them, some I do not. And what I mean is, if I explain this to you here, let me flip this open. I'm just goofing off here, okay? Don't judge me, all right? But I don't know if you can tell, but like you see the discoloration here. It's basically, this is like a cheap little dollar sketchbook, and when you draw on one side of it, everything shows up on the other side. So, but yeah, I got some cool stuff I want to show you in the sketchbook. The first half of the sketchbook is kind of crappy. But a sketchbook is supposed to be crappy because you're trying to get better and you're trying to work on your stuff. So I think I may show that in a next video or something. Anyway, I appreciate you just taking the time to watch this video. I read each and every single comment that you leave. So, please let me some comments down below what you think about stuff and your general thoughts about things and all this other stuff. Oh, I also want to point out that I want to apologize to a few people. Basically, YouTube has not been letting me know that some of you that I'm subscribed to, I've not been getting your videos. I first found out with Fwaystorm. He's been uploading videos for past couple months, and I had no idea until here like a few weeks ago. Maybe a little bit more than a few weeks ago. So YouTube had not been letting me know that, hey, he's uploading videos. And then I started thinking, Jan's was a very regular uploader. He uploads about every day. And I haven't been seeing any of his videos either until here recently. So, if I'm kind of a ghost on some of your all's channels, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because either one, just life stuff, you know what I mean? Just life getting in the way. Or number two, which is another big one, is YouTube is just not letting me know that she's got new videos out. And I've noticed in my subscriptions box, not everything pops up like it should, when I know that there's new videos by people, so that's something to think about. Anyway, I appreciate all the love and all the love from you guys and gals. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, this is CB Smallwood.